run out of spread a wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die let I know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die, let I know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die, let I know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. broke my heart, can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Hoping my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Whoever my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Wednesday. Man, y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, you know, my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional trial halls, y'all know we have Music Monday, pretty much where, you know, I want to say this, so sign up for the Sold Out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and it is free to sign up. Or, of course, you know, we continue the sneaker talk, but we got a food section, a sports section, you name it. If I do not get the content out in time, most likely we're already chopping it up in the Sold Out Discord. Just shameless plug real quick, man. And, of course, we're here to just talk that sneaker talk, and pretty much that's all we do in the sneaker what we talk about in the Sold Out Discord. But again, we got a plethora of options as well. As y'all coming in and out, smash that like button for the kid, sub up, and let me know if audio and visuals is looking good. Everything looks like it's reporting like good on my end right now. Just gonna check the settings on the stream. Let's see, we got notice, boom, boom, boom. So if everything's looking good with you guys, I'm probably gonna dive right into tonight's topic. I wanna make sure everything is good because stream quality should be good. But yeah, man, tonight's topic, let's go and get the party started because I only plan to be on join for like an hour, and I got 3 topics I want to cover. They're kind of short and sweet though, so nothing really too bad, and then we'll get back to the normal scheduled program for sure. So don't really want to know which order I want to go in. I don't think it really matters, but I think I'm going to start with the shoe prices in April jumped the fastest it's over 3 years. So again, remember we've been saying sneakers have been sitting, the prices have plummeted, nobody's really, you know, Nike them not where they want to be, but looks like the month of April things did take a turn for the positive direction, right? Okay, even though technically we're in May, but we're reporting last month's numbers. We're also going to be talking DTLR. Looks like they their newest store concept features a Jordan shop, suspended dirt bikes, and more. So again, looks like they're taking the route of, if you think about it, how Dick's Sporting Goods, Paul's kind of already has stuff hanging from the ceiling. So I'm not saying that's where they got it from. I don't know. I want to say this, whole live, alleged, and that's all I know. Pretty much I'm just going to go over what's in the article, but looks like they're doing some remodeling to their stores. Now, if you keep in mind, right, if I'm not mistaken, this is also owned by JD Sports. I believe they have DTLR. I know they have Finish Line. And if I'm not mistaken, they have a few other stores in between there. Probably a lot more than that too, right? Okay. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I think Snipes didn't fall up under that window as well. So a lot of these like stores that a lot of people don't tend to think about sometimes, it usually falls up under JD Sports. They're still the head honcho, pause, right? But keep in mind with the Hibbett stores, is like, my thing is this, Hibbett's, I feel like, got a unique audience, and especially in like unique locations, because Hibbett's is not everywhere. They're where me and Dunks grew up from. They're actually where Dunks lives now. I'm not going to put his information out there. If he was here, he could speak for himself. But long story short, it's like, yo, if they're closing all these stores, why didn't y'all just try to remodel those and revamp those and try to bring them back up? I mean, I get it. Technically, Hibbett at some point was probably some form of competition, but now you bought out the competition. So, I mean, at this point, why not make the stores better? So, I don't know. We'll talk about that tonight as well. And then another thing I want to cover as well, Foot Locker looks like they declares Hoops lives here in new basketball focused spot. So, it looks like a lot of stores are doing like some remodeling now. If you think about this, right, to the best of my knowledge, Dick's Sporting Goods owns Foot Locker because they brought them out, right? Okay, so I mean, to be honest, this is kind of like a gimme. They're obviously going to be banking some changes there because if I had to guess, obviously the old model of Foot Locker was not working. But to me personally, I have no issues with Foot Locker. They're just maybe they should give out notifications a little bit sooner compared to like how DTLR does. You know what I'm saying? Like DTLR, once the joint closed on Thursday, you know within like that morning, right? If you hit or not, so you don't have to waste your time on Saturday coming to get some sneakers. And or like Foot Locker them, they let you know that day, but it's like later that day. They keep the doors open a little bit longer, so to speak, which, I mean, both of them are doing the same method. It's just a timing thing, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of this all plays in the factor when people are trying to cop their sneakers. So we're going to cover those 3 topics, and then we'll talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases. May even squeeze in a couple other topics that I've been sitting on for a little bit. But for the most part, should be a nice chill stream. And again, don't forget to smash that like button and sub up. And as y'all come in and out, man, I think I'm going to start with the shoe prices situation real quick. And let me touch the chat because I didn't touch it real quick. Make sure we touch the 2 people or, you know, the few people we got up in here. Want to make sure I cover that as well. And then we will keep the party going. So it looks like Thomas Goldring Jr. in the building says, Jones, what sneakers are you going after next? For me, it's going to be those Air Max. Salutes to you in the chat and ready to watch the playoff game. Me too. I am too. I've been kind of keeping up with it. But my next sneaker, and I did respond to you in the chat, I'm thinking about going for those Griffies, man. The Air Griffey joints. I'm on the fence about it. I don't know if I'm actually going to go for them, but I'm really debating if I should go for them. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any Griffies in the spot, and I do want to switch it up. I know we got the Nigel Sylvesters, big brick after brick, if I'm not mistaken, right? If those are on my radar, I don't know if I want to go like resale market wise, but to be honest, yeah, the brick, pretty much the brick after brick. I actually like those more than the brick by brick. You know what I'm saying? Which same concept. You see what he's trying to do here? Play on words. They did a successful job the first time, so I'm assuming he's like, why not do it again? I kind of use a play on words. I'm not saying that was his idea, but who knows? But yeah, those 2 I do have on my radar. Those Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 lows, the pink joints, like the sale joints, probably not going to buy on the resale market now, right? But if I can't hit on the website or however they release, I'll probably see what I got to do on the resale market because I know how it goes. So those are probably my top 3 that I have on the radar to answer your question, Thomas Goldring Jr. Appreciate you for asking, sir. And let's see, we got Wild Boy SK in the building, says, yerp. What up, Wild Boy SK? What up, what up, what up, what up? Appreciate you for being active in the chat as well. And for the remaining people that's going to come in and out, don't forget to smash that like button. But I'm going to share my screen, get the party started. I want to make sure I build this joint exactly on the hour mark because the kid has had a long day for sure. But hopefully, knock on wood, things should be smooth sailing after that one right here, man. So give me a few seconds. I'm going to share my screen, and then we'll get the party started. And yeah, man, no major news, I say, really broke heavy like we had on Saturday, but share my screen here. Boom, you guys should be seeing my screen. Again, see audio is good, see visuals is looking good. But it says shoe prices in April jump the fastest in over 3 years. So again, we've been noticed, to be honest, right? If I'm gonna keep it real, ever since like I want to say after 2021, so I'm gonna say like mid 2022, I noticed the sneaker stuff kind of like slowed down. And to be honest, it's kind of been down and down and down after that. We've been having little spikes here and there, but nowhere near compared to like 2020 when things would have like just reached their peak. In 2021, they were still swinging it out the park. But now, you know, you don't hear too much about the resale market, really. I mean, we post about it, but the numbers aren't there. In my opinion, allegedly. Certain stores have closed. Certain stores have gotten legal issues going up against them and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, some stores have continued to keep growing. But to be honest, the physical footprint of resale stores is not necessarily, in my opinion, not as active as it once was. And if you keep it 100, it was like that back in the day. Like most of the shoes you got on resale, you had to go online. And that's where eBay them still shine bright, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Even eBay have stopped their, like, they used to have like a eBay Top Star program for sneakers and stuff like that, and it probably was for other things as well, but that joint closed down, you know, to a certain extent. They're still doing authentication on sneakers, but they're not like, you know what I'm saying, full on fledged like that. So I mean, they did what they had to do, kept the stuff legally, and now here they are. So this article says footwear prices jumped 4.2% year over year in April after the higher than 8 of the last 9 months in the last 43 months. So again, and as you can see, if you look at this article, we don't see not like 1J in sight to the best of my knowledge, but in general, I know they still got to be a part of this category. It says the men's shoe department at the Saks Fifth Avenue store inside Brickwell City Center shopping mall in Miami. So this is where this was. So I honestly don't think I've ever been inside a pretty much like Fifth. No, I've been in Saks Fifth Avenue, but I never go to think to go in their sneaker section. Now I will say this: a lot of celebrities and music artists, like they, not all of them wear like they wear sneakers, but they go get this stuff. So it's obviously making sales somewhere. But as you can see, they got a 30% table right there on the main joint of the screen. But I mean, obviously these joints are moving somewhere. Me personally, I may would have gave them a chance back in the day, but now not really. You know what I'm saying? I'm just full on like true like Jordans and Nike and whatever in between. Not saying I wouldn't get these a chance, but it would just be very rare, like slim picking for me, right? Okay, because I don't like for that. It's probably more so if you got to go up to a dressed up area. So I feel like every sneaker and it has its own like representation in its own place of where like okay, cool. This is where it fits in the sneaker market, if you ask me, right? But it says retail footwear prices not only rose again in April, but increases accelerated again. Higher prices impacted all key markets in step with the accelerated overall inflation, according to the latest data from the Footwear Distributors and Retailers of America. So, inflation, right? I'll just keep it 100. I knew it was going to go there. I wouldn't be surprised if we touch on tariffs tonight, not trying to, pause. But if you think about it, right? Everything is went up, no matter how you slice it and dice it. Gas, up. Now, I think when people are like, man, I don't got a car. Do you live somewhere? You're using gas in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? And gas has always been up over time. And to keep it 100, I remember when I was a kid, and I know my parents could probably even go even lower than this, right? But I remember when gas used to be like 88 cents, and I saw that joint jump up to 99 cents, and my parents had like lost it. And then to be honest, it's just been on like Donkey Kong ever since then. I don't think we've seen the coins or the centage in like years, right? If we're gonna keep it real. But it says retail footwear prices not only rose again in April, but the increases accelerated again. Higher prices impacted all key markets and step with accelerating overall inflation, according to the latest data from the Footwear Distributors and Retailers of America. So I feel like they kind of had no choice. You know what I'm saying? The tariff things was ruled illegal. Remember that, right? Then, you know, this administration doubled down and found another way to get it for another way for like, you know, the next couple of months or so, right? Allegedly, right? Whole live is alleged. I want to throw that out there too, just in case. If any of this is wrong, hey, I don't know. This is what I've been reading. I don't want to say this is factual because I don't know, right? It says, in fact, shoe prices jumped 4.2% year over year in April. Higher 8 of the last 9 months and the fastest in 43 months. The FDR noted that April also marks the 4th time in the last 5 months that footwear prices gains have accelerated. And this is my thing too. I don't say complaining, but I feel like, we've reached enough already. You know what I'm saying? If you think the cost of what an Air Jordan 11 is, that's something you should think about, right? Air Jordan 11, those joints, they've been going up. And every sneaker has been going up. But to be honest, it's like, dog, in my opinion, as a person who used to say, and yes, I still pull up and buy, but I'd be like, man, they've already kind of been taxing us already. We kind of need a break. You know what I'm saying? Because we're getting taxed all the way across the board. Nothing really stays the same price-wise. Now, this is my thing. With that being said, and we keep raising all the prices for the cost of living in general, and plus what we're trying to have, stuff that we're into, because I feel like everybody has a hobby, right? This is my thing. I feel like at least raise the paycheck a little bit. That would be nice, you know what I'm saying? I see you, Divine Photos, in the building. He says, what's good? What up, Divine? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? We just covering the first article, man. We're starting actually on time today, so Probably gonna be on the joint for like another 30 minutes. Got 2 other topics I'm gonna hit. But yeah, what up, Devon? What's Gucci, bro? I saw you in the Discord trying to look out for the kid, man. I'm patient. I'm patient, but trust me, win and believe. When I see my size, I'm definitely gonna cop for sure. But I appreciate it. Pause, because that didn't sound right. But anyway, keep going. It says retail footwear prices not only rose again. We read that part. It says, in fact, shoe prices jumped 4.2% year over year in April, higher than 8 of the last 9 months and the fastest in 43 months. The FDR noted that April is also marks the 4th time in the last 5 months the footwear prices gain have accelerated. So again, I'm not surprised because I mean this tariff things we thought was over with. They were supposed to be getting their money back, but then we found out where looks like they may not be getting their money back, or it may have to go legal route, or it may be taking longer, or maybe they have to do it in like certain payments whenever they had to pay all that stuff up front. Then we double down and get a new set of tariffs, kind of like, okay, we're gonna take this route, right? All this, I don't think it necessarily has nothing to do with the companies that are here, but for the companies that get all their stuff overseas, which that means the people here, I don't think it's nothing directly against them. It's more so against the places of where it's coming from. But, you know, you're hurting the U.S. person or the people here in America with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this was necessarily the best route, but I'm not, politics guy, and I'm not the administrative guy, you know what I'm saying, this and a third, and maybe they see things and know something we know differently, you know what I mean, if we're going to keep it real, but we'll see, because this is going to be very interesting for sure, and I'm going to be honest with you, I would assume it may not end well, and I'm going to try to stay positive about it, though, because I don't want to think, like, the worst of the worst. But it says women retail Foot Locker, no, my bad, because I was thinking Women Foot Locker. Not sure if Women Foot Locker is even still open anymore, but I haven't heard or said anything about it in a while, right? I know that regular Foot Lockers are, but I mean, like, I don't see why they couldn't squeeze, because they have a women's section inside those, and what does Lady Foot Locker have? I'm very curious, because I never felt the need to ever walk into a Lady Foot Locker. You know what I'm saying? To keep it 100. I don't think I've ever been in one, and I've been in the sneakers for a while. But it says, women's retail footwear prices jumped 4.5%, a nice straight increase in the most in 42 months. Men's shoe prices advanced 3.9% last month, higher 23 of the last 30 months and the most in 23 months, while children's footwear prices increased 3.9% in the fastest in 35 months. So if you think about it, men's shoes 3.9% last month. That's pretty much higher than the 23 of the last 30 months and the most in 23 months. Children footwear increases are 3.9 in the last 35 months. So think about this. Don't seem like a lot, but that's just the average of the math, right? Okay. Now, I don't think it says anything about women. It says men's. I see that. And then I see kids, but that's children's. That's probably like the most like thought out. Because women this is my thing. If there are women exclusive sneakers because they have their place in this, but also I feel like when a lot of women can either wear a men's shoe or, not saying they got big feet or nothing, but I'm saying, the smaller men's sizes, or they can roll into kids and it just works. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. You have to know your size and how to convert it. I see you, man with the kicks in the building. Says, what up? Well, he said, what's poppin'? Sold out family. What up, Manny's? What's Gucci, dog? What's Gucci? What's Gucci? Let's see. We got Gary Rains, chief economics at the FDRA, told the Foot News that the latest increased retail footwear prices came as the average landed duty paid cost per pair footwear imports is up 13.7% versus the same first quarters of last year and on the jump of the record in 2026. So I knew that we're going to have to go somewhere with these, because if you see these imports, which that basically is another way if you think about how the tariffs can be affected in this situation, right? Because a lot of the shoes, like, some are made in America, but not a lot. And if you got to get shipped over here and it's not already over here, and even still, right? I know some people say, well, they should just build their own factories, do it in a third, and they got the money to do it all over here. But a lot of the material still comes from overseas to make it. You know what I'm saying? To go fully on in-house in here, while the tariffs are not helping the situation, but if you say, I'm going to pull out and do everything right here, if you think about it, all that's going to be add up. Because I was looking at, when I was doing, trying to get some merch ready for you guys, which I got some samples, but I never did the whole, like, bulk of the order. But Obviously, I looked at when you do it overseas, I hate to say it is much cheaper, even if it's going to take a little while longer to get here. Now, I looked at some local spots here. I looked at some local spots in Cali. Same concept. They're going to bring a good quality, but you got to pay more because, obviously the labor costs, everything. It's just different. But let me keep going real quick. It says, the latest read supports our earlier caution that prices pressure would permeate the footwear supply chain to the store shelves and into the footwear shoppers' pockets in 2026. Rain said, definitely going to be interesting to see how they're going to be able to do that. Because, again, sneaker market, it's been very quiet. Even though stuff did kind of pop up last month. But it also depends what dropped, too. You know what I mean? Last month's increase in retail footwear, and what I mean by this, right? Prices of shoes have went up, but at the same time, you see a lot of people, even if you can tell it's affecting everybody, even some of your bigger sneaker YouTubers, pause. Everything in sneaker wise is just not the same right now. And we're hoping it does bounce back, but in my opinion, for order it to bounce back, the economy overall has to get better first, because people don't want to, I'm not going to continue to buy sneakers whenever I'm barely able to, eat or keep the lights on. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to eat to buy the shoe, I would hope. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you got to think all that in there. So, it says last month's increase in retail footwear prices also comes at the same time the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that overall consumer prices in April increased at a faster than expected rate. So, again, this stuff is happening. And to be honest, who say it won't go again? If you think about it, it sounds like gas, man. We see it go down just a little bit, but them joints jump right back up. I mean, I want to say, like, last time I filled up my joint, I texted a picture of my family. I was like, yep, sitting down, not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I see you, Divine says, what up, Manny? What up, what up? It says, according to the Bureau's latest Consumer Price Index, that's CPI, a board measure of goods and services costs across the U.S. economy, retail inflation rose 3.8% in April from a year earlier after the rising of 3.3% in March. This marks the highest inflation rate since May 2023. So if you think about it, we didn't get a new administration until 2025, but inflation did rise. But I'm assuming the previous administration tried to keep it as low as they can, but at the same time, I mean, they had to do what they had to do. I get it. Some people see it, the end goal. A lot of us don't, because we're feeling it in the pockets and we got to go make sure we're surviving. And then, I don't know about you guys, right? But with certain jobs, and I'm going to just keep it general, I was always told, and I see why people say this, right? Whatever you want to make or whatever you're trying to make and you just got in a job, do your very best to get as close as you can to the amount that you want to make off rip before even starting the job. Get that in writing, starting off with that. Because if you don't, and not saying this can't happen, it's just a little bit harder, right? Say you be like, all right, I'm going to take this price, right? Go in there, and then I'm going to show them what I'm made of, this and a third. They're most likely just going to continue to let you do it. You know what I'm saying? And I've been there, done that for sure. They'll let you continue to do it, and then until, like you basically don't take no more than they'll find another you. You know what I'm saying? Before you get that raise, like, well, all right, we'll give you a few pennies, but, taking those, like, 50 cent and dollar raises and stuff like that, that stuff all goes back into taxes, especially depending on which area you live in, too. You know what I'm saying? Where we at, Devon says, not everyone wants to pay $230 for every Jordan release. This is a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, you know what I'm saying? And that's what the average is, what an Air Jordan 11, right? I'm telling you, not everyone wants to pay. Not even me, you know what I'm saying? A lot of this is already up on prices, a little too much. Let's see, Devon says, the majority gonna wait till the shoe goes under retail in the aftermarket. This is true, which that has been a thing too. And I see Mandarin Kick says, Devon 100 salute. Some people do wait for that, you know what I'm saying? I can see that. The mind says everyone is replaceable. This is a fact, right? I remind myself of this every day. I remind, and I don't remind nobody else, but I keep myself humble. I'm like, yo, is somebody always out there already, a little bit this and a third? They may not have the same work ethic as you, but they can still get the job done. They may work with them because of labor. That's why I say, it's okay to ask, but then you got to make your decision on what to do after that next. You know what I'm saying? Go somewhere, but you don't want to cause a scene and then get escorted out. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen that happen too, right? And fun fact, right? I was talking to some people in Cool and they were like, "Yo, XYZ just got let go because XYZ," and I'm like, "Damn," you know what I'm saying? Not in a time like this, you really want to be putting it on the line, if you ask me, right? So I felt bad, but at the same time, if they were doing what they're accused them of, then I mean, I could see why as a business they had to do what they had to do too. Not saying I had to like it though. You know what I'm saying? But it says the report also saw prices increase 0.6% on a seasonal adjustment basis in April after rising 0.9% in March. Excluding a versatile food and energy costs, the core CPI rose 0.4% in April and increased to 2.8% over the same time last year. Gotcha. Cool. Wow. Let's see. Mandarin Kick says dead as Divine, so he's agreeing with Divine. I agree, right? Again, don't let a lot of this stuff. Don't think that these people can't do it without you. And if you can take this right, we can take this from not just the regular jobs that, like, you know, I'm not sure what everybody else works, but me, like, I work a 9 to 5, right? But if you take it on to sports, this happens around the clock. The minute your game is not holding up to the potential they felt like, right? Okay, the minute they can, they gonna make swaps. There's trades. Some people just literally just get cut and never ever get brought back up or picked up by another team. You know what I mean? So we seen that happen time and time again. Where we at real quick? What we see? Let's see. Devon says, in business, we get hired to get fired. Kind of sucks, but I can see that, right? If you know, if you ain't working out, or if things change, or if the business not moving how they're moving, you know how it is. They make cuts where they see fit, and I don't think that's cool, but that's how something they kind of have a option to do. You know what I'm saying? He says the business world is cutthroat, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? It's big bank take little bank. You know what I'm saying? And they don't play out there. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. You know what I'm saying? In fact, one of my places where I do business with, right, and I'm not gonna go into detail, they got bought out, and it's like, damn. I remember when y'all original name, then y'all switched to this because y'all got bought out then y'all getting bought out again. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Let me read the rest of this article real quick. It says the major corporate for these increases is energy, which rose 3.8% in April, accounting for over 40% of the monthly all items increase. The energy index increased 17.9% for the 12 months ending in April. This new inflation data comes after the Crescenta noted earlier this month that rising prices led to the modest footwear sales growth in the first quarter of 2026. It says, according to the retail tracking service, total U.S. footwear sales increased 1% versus the same period last year in the first quarter of 2026. And while overall units sold declined, higher average selling prices continue to support the trampoline revenue. Now, I'm not sure what this Circana noted earlier this month, and I'm assuming, let me see if I can just pull it off to the side. This is the raising prices to keep customers away from the footwear sales. I don't think I actually covered this. May bring this up, but this was from May 4th, 2024, but I think it was because it was based off of like running shoes. But again, if you think about it, Nike shoes, there are running shoes, there's basketball shoes, they got a different type of thing. Shoes are shoes to some people too, right? But let me make sure I hit these other topics real quick for like the last like 20 minutes, and then we'll make sure we're good. So what we're going to do, we'll roll over to Foot Locker, and then we'll go to DTLR to close out, and then we'll see where we're at from there. Let's see. Foot Locker declares Hoops lives here. Hoops lives here. I don't know what's lives. That's the thing with American English, right? Or wording, right? It's clearly lives, but it means like lives sometime too. I don't know why I'm reading it like that off rip. But it says, in new basketball-focused sport, the campaign features NBA and WNBA stars Peyton Pritchard and Paolo Bernardo and Chet Hagman and Janelle Lord, right? Okay, so as you can see, these are the people right here they got in this joint. I'm going to read through this one real quickly, make sure we get enough time for like the last topic. Foot Locker is making sure everyone knows it's the place to shop for basketball, right? Okay, keep in mind they got bought out by Dick's Sporting Goods. It says, in a new year round brand platform and campaign, the Dick's Sporting Goods owned sneaker retailer is telling consumers Hoops lives matter, or no, hoops lives here, right? Man, look how many times I'm butchering joint, but hoops lives here. With they aim to the highlight of how basketball shows up in everyday lives. At the center of the campaign, in a 30-second spot featuring NBA and WNBA star Peyton Pritchard, who is signed to with Converse, works with Jordan Brand and Nike athletes, Chet Hogman and so we're gonna watch that article too we're gonna watch that ad because I think they actually have it here on the joint right here if I'm not mistaken. I think no, that's like a wrap. Hold on real quick, but I'm pretty sure they had the ad. I think this is the ad right here. I'm gonna go back up to it, but I do want to play this because you can play this on YouTube. So I want to say fair use real quick. I want to make sure I can play this. Let me see. Boom. Fair use. Let me see if I can play it here. I got the ad.
I'm looking for new basketball sneakers.
Because it's only 30 seconds, so let's start it off real quick. You guys should be able to see this joint. It's only 30 seconds. Fair use. Let's see if we can start it from the beginning.
I'm looking for new basketball sneakers.
You came to the right spot. Foot Locker's a place for basketball. We even like to say, Hoops lives here.
Hoops lives here?
Yeah, Peyton lives here.
I told her.
This is from the food court.
You got Paolo.
Yeah, we live here.
What?
He said we live here. Chet lives here. Sorry, Joe. Smoothie?
Smell good, Chet.
Oh, they're trying to do a play on like they live.
Do you guys know how to get Chinese food out of carpet?
Try it.
Nah, come on, try it.
You came to the right place.
So they're saying Hoops lives here, right? I've been saying lies, but Hoops lives here. So that's the ad for it. I might play it again towards the end. Let me keep going real quick because I wanted to make sure I cover everything. It says the retailer noted that the creative, playful imagines each athlete living inside a Foot Locker store, which we just watched the ad right there. I wanted to make sure I covered that. Let me see. Boom, right here. But it says each athlete living inside a Foot Locker store as if we were their home. For Pritchard eating takeout and watching TV to Brunero making a smoothie at the register. And then it says Harmon getting ready for a tunnel walk and Lloyd winding down in bed over the sales floors, which we saw that. I mean, it was kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? 30 seconds too with the commercial time. Thing about this, commercials aren't cheap. So at the same time, they pay for these ads because they know, like, you know what I'm saying? And 30 seconds is all you get. So you got to squeeze a lot in there. Which probably brings on why we have like YouTube story. No, what is it? We do have YouTube stories or used to, but there's YouTube shorts. A lot of people just do that. TikTok, short form content. Instagram's done it. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure whatever social media platform you can take up because you just have to adapt to the times. Like these lives like this, that's why I chop them down. And to be honest, a lot of people saying like you should. A lot of people have been telling me like you should probably chop it down first and then release like the whole live afterwards. But I mean, it just, I don't know. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. But it says the debut spot marks the launch of the 360-degree campaign spanning broadcast, social, digital, and out of home and in store, bringing the Hoops lives here. I want to make sure I get that right. Okay. Let's see, platform to live wherever basketball fans engage with the game and the culture of Foot Locker added. Right? I see the pronunciation. You got me right there. I appreciate that, Divine. He says Pablo Ben Carrero. Caro. Hopefully I'm saying that. Pablo Ben Caro. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Pablo Ben Caro. I think I got it. My bad. Helping you with the pronunciation. I know. I got you. Appreciate it. I know I was butchering that joint. My bad. Where we are real quick, it says basketball is more than a sport. It's a cultural identity and a way of life. Brett O'Brien, Chief Marketing Officer at Foot Locker, said in a statement, with Hoops lives here, we wanted to capture the emotional connection of living and breathing the game in a way that only Foot Locker can. From the brands we partner with to the stripers who create unmatched in-store experiences, this campaign reflects Foot Locker's deep connection to the basketball community and the role in helping shape the culture on and off the court. So yeah, think I got that one part right. Okay, I was butchering the names really bad. My bad, man. It says Hoops Lives Here will roll out a year-round platform across the NBA broadcast social platforms, including Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, and Snapchat. It says e-commerce, digital out-of-home, and in-store experiences. The campaign will also feature the athlete lead storytelling and limited time gift and purchase moments and key market nationwide while supplies last. This news comes 2 months after Dick's Sporting Goods exclusive chairman Edward Stack said that he sees long-term opportunity for the growth of Foot Locker. So again, this is saying Dick's Sporting Goods, they're saying they see the potential in Foot Locker, which I get it. You kind of cut out the competition. You ain't got nowhere to go but up. And worst case scenario, they do kind of like what we've seen here with other stores where they kind of make cuts. Where if you think about this, JD Sports, they made their move. So does Sneakers app, aka Nike. You know what I'm saying? They do what they got to do to keep the company up until they can't keep it up no more. Pause. But if we're going real quick, it says the news comes 2 months after Dick's Sporting Goods exclusive chairman Stack said that we read that part, but it says we moved quickly to test and learn in North America through what we call our Fast Break Initiative. This is the evolution of the 11-store pilot we discussed last year, Stack said in a company fourth quarter conference call in March, adding that while it's still early stages, the company is encouraged by what it is seeing, right? Okay, so they see nothing but potential, and right now we haven't heard any major changes other than they did get a new like CEO type of thing. I think obviously the person that used to work at Nike, so they kind of just shuffled them around. We did kind of see that allegedly. It says during the quarter four, our fast break stores drove very strong positive comps, actually meaningful, exceeding that Dick's business while also delivering strong gross margin improvement. He said for the 2026, Foot Locker is expected to deliver growth in comp sales of between 1% and 3% and operating income in the range of 100 million to 150 million. So again, they're saying they're seeing a lot of potential with it. We already watched the ad. I think for like the last 10 minutes, I want to make sure I cover the DTLR. Pretty much its newest store concept features Jordan shop, suspended dirt bikes, and more. So this is what JD Sports is kind of doing, because I think they actually own DTLR. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with me and actually checking out the channel, you'll know DTLR is heavy on the East Coast, and we have quite a few. And y'all notice majority of my hits, knock on wood, has been with DTLR. I still go to Foot Locker them and do what I got to do, but and JD Sports, I think that's where I got my Air Max 95s, but that was just straight up footwork. You know what I'm saying? But it says the 6,000 square foot DTLR next concept store will open on Wednesday in Annapolis, Maryland, which that's not too far from the kid. I know some people that actually work with me that live in Annapolis, Maryland. So I'm gonna have to show. I don't see why my homie don't pull up to this, but he told me that out his own mouth that those stores don't be getting what they think they getting, but I don't think he'd be rocking with DTLR. But I've been trying to put him on game. But I'm also saying this: you can only, you can lead people to the water, but you can't make them drink it. Point blank, period. But it says DTLR is set to bring the most innovative store concept yet to the Annapolis, Maryland community. Set to open inside the Annapolis Mall on Wednesday. The new 16,000, the new 6,000 square feet DTLR Next concept features floor-to-ceiling digital installations, suspended dirt bikes, and dedicated Under Armour section, and a curated of Jordan shop. Says Todd Christen, Chief Executive Officer of DTLR, said this immersive displays and the new space allows for the dynamic of storytelling. So again, they're trying to bring the people in. If you think about it, a lot of these stores are I'm not surprised if JD Sports actually own this. And like I said, if you've been inside of a JD Sports, they definitely cater to a younger audience of how it's set up. I mean, it looks like a rave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never ever feel fully comfortable in there, and it's like black. It's like a nightclub. You know what I'm saying? Compared to the other stores, they're usually more well lit. You know? It says, we're redefining what an in-store shopping experience can be, Kirsten noted. As we deepen our presence across Maryland and expand our national footprint, our commitment remains the same: deliver an elevated, cultural-driven experience rooted in the community. So again, they're saying they got the game plan, but it doesn't hurt to remodel the stores, I'm assuming, right? It's just some of the images right here as we come up. I'm going to read the rest of this article, and then we'll check out some of the images along the way, because, I mean, to be honest, this, if you think about it, see this is a DTLR. You see the image up on the screen? This doesn't look like the typical DTLR what I'm used to. It looks more like JD Sports, but has DTLR instead, right? It says the retailer will host a grand opening event on May 13th, which that would be today, ironically, right? That will feature a customization station, gourmet and popcorn, a photo booth, a social hub, and a lounge offering the crafted coffee and smoothies and preference from the Twilighters brand or Twilighters band and Stage Breakers step team, and live broadcast from the store featuring real conversations and interviews with celebrity guests and artists and influencers. So this is an all packed out event that should be going on now. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, they said May 13th. That would be today. Now, if you look at this first image, this definitely screams like, I'm not saying I don't like it, because I actually do, but think about this, they're going to try to do this across the board. It looks like JD Sports, you know, but they also own DTLR to the best of my knowledge, right? Allegedly. So I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Let me keep going with the rest of the article real quick, because I want to make sure I hit everything here. We're about to close out in like 5 minutes anyway. It says inside the DTLR next store in Annapolis. This isn't the first time the DTLR unrevealed a new store concept. In 2023, the retailer opened its 7,000 square foot next generation shop in the Spotsylvania Town Center in Fredericksburg, VA, which that's not too far from me as well. At the time, it was one of Christian's first major moves since taking on the role of CEO. The company, formerly known as Downtown Locker Room, started out in Towson, Maryland. Okay, so that makes sense why we have so many here. So this is kind of where they started out in 1983. It says an athlete addict footwear targeting the hip hop and urban community, and opened his first store under the Downtown Locker Room name soon after. So DTLR used to be Downtown Locker Room, right? Okay, so that kind of explains why they just cut it to DTLR. They abbreviated. So you know what I'm saying? DTLR. So downtown, that would be the DT part, and then locker room, so DTLR. So it makes sense, right? Yeah, I never knew that. So that's a fun fact, by the way. So DTLR, if I had to guess, right, allegedly, DTLR stands for downtown locker room, right? So the D, the T, L, the R. Pause. Sound like I was spelling out Diddy for a second, right? It says by 1998, it expanded into an apparel, and in 2008, rebranded as DTLR. In 2017, it emerged because that's when I heard of DTLR, ironically, in 2008, right? That's the first time, I want to say like 2008, 2009, that's the first time I ever heard of like DTLR, for real. So obviously, it just hadn't been long rebranding what it is. It says in 2017, it merged with Philadelphia-based sneaker Villa, which I knew that, yeah. Added 125 to the stable and bringing the store count to 237. This attracted the attention of the UK-based JD Sports, which I told y'all they kind of own these, right? In 2021, the parent Finish Line and Shoe Palace, told you JD Sports bought the business for $495 million from its private equity owners. Where we at, Devon says, big GR release with the OG Bread Force. I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to still probably cop and just get rid of my old pair, because, to be honest, I'm making sure I just stay fresh. You know what I'm saying? I want the freshest one, even though sometimes I look at some of my shoes, they're probably not going to fall apart. But sometimes it's just good to get a fresh pair is what I mean. Now, if you look at this image up on the screen, they got the dirt bikes in the air. I don't know why. Before looking at this image, I thought like the dirt bikes, I was going to say like them joints got to be upside down, swinging from the cylinders or something, but they're not. They're actually facing the right way. Again, this looks extremely like a JD Sports. But again, as you can see, they do own the overall company. But it says inside the DTLR next store in Annapolis, Maryland, says the retailer's next store concept comes after JD Sports reported earlier this month that the net sales growth 10.5% to 12.7 billion pounds in the fiscal 2026, up from the 11.5 billion pounds in the fiscal 2025. Profit before taxes and adjusting items fell 7.7% to 852 million pounds, down from the 923 million pounds the prior year. Footwear sales were flat for the year, though apparel sales rose 5%. So again, they're obviously still getting investors in their stores. Now, if you look at this is inside the DTLR next door in Annapolis right here. More images. It does look tighter. It does look more unique. It does look more hip, but it still gives me, I guess that intro part gave me the JD Sports vibe, but now it takes it back. Look like this is like a little bit of DTLR, but you can tell it's fresh floors in there and everything. Sometimes that's what it takes to bring customers in. But to be honest, man, I still stand on this. A lot of people want to shop online and shop at their fingertips, right? Where we at, Devon said DTLR low-key have some great sales. DTLR needs to come to NYC for real. I don't see why not. They should, for sure. I agree. But this one right here looks like what a DTLR just remodeled. Even still, it's more lighting, but as you can see, the first intro though definitely gives me JD Sports vibes. It says the organic revenue growth in North America for the period rose up to 3.7%, driven by 4% growth from the net new space, including the transfer of the City Gear stores to DTLR. I remember City Gear, but now that falls under DTLR. So to be honest, that all probably falls under JD Sports now. To DTLR, and the shoe palace partially offset by 0.3% decline is like-for-like performance. As of January 31st, 2026, there were 418 DTLR stores. So yeah, I can count on at least 6 or 7 here in this area alone. But again, that's kind of where it originated from, so it makes sense. But you can see the first images, I'm not mad at it. This one right here, you can tell they switch it up, but stores like this, dog, I don't want it to be like too dark, but at the same time, I don't hate it. I don't hate this new remodel. I don't hate it. You know what I'm saying? They got the women's section over there. It's basically they got the same stuff, but they redid the floors. Looks like the shoes are actually, this is kind of cool. I just now caught this, right? But if you look at this images, this shoe, right, the shoe wall is reflecting onto the floor. That's actually kind of cool. I don't know if my camera's going to pick that up, but yeah. It says inside the DTLR next door in Annapolis. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. You know what I'm saying? Looks like they used the same stuff, just kind of changed the lighting, did the refloors, and kind of made it darker with the lighting, right? So let's talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases for the last like few minutes, and then we'll wrap things up. I've been on the joint for like an hour. Definitely want to keep it at an hour mark. So one of the things that's clearly on the radar here for me, nothing major, but they do got the Not Just Vessels Air Jordan 4 brick after brick, everything you need to know. I'm not going to read over it, but I don't hate them, even though I'm not a fan of the Nike swoosh on the toe. That's just me, but I don't hate these at all. I think these are actually pretty dope. I'm still not going to go for the brick by brick, but the brick after brick, I don't hate them. You know what I'm saying? I like how they got the bike logo embedded in there. I just wish they would do one side bike and then one side Nike. You know what I'm saying? AKA Nike. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I still see people call it Nike sometimes. But yeah, obviously come in lace too tight because of the typical 4. I will not pay resale for them, but retail I'm out here for it. I was looking early to see if I could find like some like official like raffles or something like that. I know these are loaded up on the sneakers app, so I guess they're gonna stick to the May 22nd drop. So we'll see how that goes. Extra set of laces on these. I don't hate them. You know what I'm saying? I think they look pretty dope. At the same time, if I don't get them, I'm not gonna cry about it either. You know what I'm saying? And then we got some more releases here real quick. I want to make sure I actually cover this. Where we at? Boom, 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 boom. That's Nigel. Says sneaker releases for this week is what I want to put out here, right? We also got the Air Jordan 3s right here, the best dad. Not really feeling those, but those are coming. You know what I'm saying? For this week. And then obviously we already had the blue tile joints. Those dropped on Tuesday, May 12th. People showed up for those. Salutes to the people that hit. We have the Y3 Wale's Broner. Yeah, Adidas. So this not for me. It looks also like a cleat, you know what I'm saying, which it may be, but not necessarily for me. No disrespect. We got that. We got the Air Griffey Max 1 Freshwater. Those are coming May 15th. I'm on the fence. Don't hate them, but I wouldn't mind having a pair for real, for real. That's one of those if somebody was to gift me a joint. It says New Balance. What are we looking for? Absorb 2050 30 gray days. So that's coming as well, May 15th. Keeping it going. I did see this Converse joint right here, this Shy 001 ink. Not for me. Kind of, I think Balenciaga used to do something similar to the style, if I'm not mistaken, allegedly. I wasn't really crazy about those and not crazy about this one. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. This one right here it says Song on Mute Adidas Collection. So there's going to be several different shoes within that drop. And then we have World's Best Dad. We already kind of said that. We have the Air Jordan 3 Brazil. These are coming May 16th as well. So that's going to pretty much cover it up for this week. Let me put myself back on the main screen, get ready to wrap things up for the night. Coming right up on an hour mark, and definitely more content on the way. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love. I think it's going to be a quiet week. You know what I'm saying? The brick after brick, not coming till next week. Devon says the Brazils are okay. They're all right. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, they're all right. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't hate them, but I don't love them. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, maybe another quiet week in sneakers, and that is what it is. I ain't tripping. I see what people have been posting. I'll be back live again on Saturday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Until then, smash the like button. Sub to the channel if you're new, if you haven't done so already. Of course, you know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional trial hauls. You know we have Music Monday. I'll see you guys again on Saturday. Until then, sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned in the top of the comment section. Of course, you know, if I don't get the content on time, we're already talking about it over there. And yeah, man, it's free to sign up as always. And I'll see you guys again on Saturday. Appreciate everybody for coming through and being active in the chat. And yeah, I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is color December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die, let a night know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die, let a night know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Good enough I can remember. Good enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December.